Okay, this is how to use Reclaim. Okay, and the thing to understand about Reclaim is our web hosting company. So this is going to be the computer that hosts our website. Okay, and what we're going to do is install WordPress software onto that space. And what people will do is with our domain name, whatever you buy as your domain name, when people type that in, it will go to Reclaim and it will run WordPress and use WordPress to build web pages. Now, you probably have heard of WordPress in some form. You may have even set up a blog at wordpress.com. Now, it's easy to get confused because WordPress.com is basically a place that runs WordPress software. I know that sounds confusing. So WordPress has its own hosting service for its software at wordpress.com. And this is the thing that everybody uses to create blogs on the fly for free. But you can't do much customization to it. Well, WordPress is open source and it lets you use their software on other servers. So people really like to use it to build their own websites that have a lot of power and tap into databases, okay? And for information about the software, instead of going to wordpress.com, you go to wordpress.org. And wordpress.org has all the information about the software itself that runs on your hosting server. Codex.wordpress.org is basically the user manual. So if there's something you're trying to figure out about how the back end works, something you want to change, you want to make it do something different, you're going to go to the Codex and try to figure that out because there's information about it. So what we're doing is we're setting up WordPress on this server space. So if you bought your domain and you bought your hosting, you probably got to the client area and you were like, what do I do here? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our server, and this is like going to our computer. So imagine, I have a Mac laptop, so Mac OS is what runs my computer and I can get to my hard drive. On your PC, you use Windows as the operating system to get to the hard drive and to do things and plug in computers. And then you have software that runs on your computer, like Office or whatever software that you end up using. Well, we're doing the same thing here. So the cPanel is basically the operating system for your hosting server. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to install WordPress on that server. And you just go through the steps and do the installatron. Now, I've already installed this, so I can go here, and this will take me to the back end of WordPress if I want to get there and log in. You can also type this in manually in the browser window. So I can type in, let me log out of this real quick so you can see what it looks like. So this is a WordPress site I've set up. When you log in, this is what the login screen is going to look like. Your email address is whatever the email is that you use to set up your installation. If you use the default password, usually it's going to be a very complicated password with lots of letters and numbers. So you might want to think about changing the password to something simpler that you're going to remember. Otherwise, you're going to have to go through Reclaim, click here to log into the back end, and that will get you into your interface. So you can get in through Reclaim, or you can get in by typing it directly. So in this case, I'm going to type in transformingnewsrooms.com/w, which gets you into the login window, which is this. So I can either use my email address. I've also set up a username. There's my password. I'm going to log in. And this gets you to the back end of WordPress. And this is where all of the action is for all the different kinds of things that you're going to do. And I've got 3 videos for you that will walk you through the various things to think about as you start playing around with your WordPress installation. The most important parts that you're going to be looking at are the posts, the pages, and the appearance. And eventually we're going to get to the plugins. But initially we're just going to look at appearance, which allows you to mess with the themes, to add your menus, your posts, which are changing content, and pages for your static content. So one of the first things you're going to do is set up your home page and set up an about page. And then you're going to think about the categorization scheme for your posts on your website. Okay? Well, good luck. I hope you didn't have any problems setting up your site. The portal client area takes you back to the main screen, and the cPanel gets you to all of the parts of what's on your server. You'll notice you can set up email accounts, and then there's this thing called the file manager, which is basically where you can actually see what's on your server. And where you set up your websites, they are all in what's called public HTML. And when you install your installation, it's in the root directory. You heard me talk about the root directory in some of the other videos. That's what this is. So this is the directory that people come to when they type in your domain. So they'll type in your domain and they will grab this index.php file, and then it will load the website and it allows them to navigate through the website. Okay, so give it a try. Try setting it up, play around with the back end, set up WordPress, and see if you can get into the back end, and then watch the next 3 videos that I've got for you. Good luck.